So what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? I know it's been a minute since I've made a video. That's just because more and more things have started to show themselves on the Crown Vic. So I'll go ahead and get into what that is in a minute. I know I haven't made videos about the blower motor resistor and whatever else I haven't made videos about that I can't think of. But they are coming, I promise. I just want to get a lot of this stuff sorted before I have any other issues, because I've been having problems with the brakes this whole time. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. So I've been driving the car, and after I put the brakes on, I noticed that the right rear wheel was extremely hot, and you can tell that it's disgusting and dirty compared to probably what the other wheels are. Like, you can see all the brake dust, and in person you can tell it looks horrible. And yes, I still have the center caps, I just haven't put them back on. And that caliper, for some reason, I guess, was hanging up. So I could push the piston in, or the piston would come out, but it wouldn't go back in. And I noticed when I was putting the brakes on, it was really hard to push in when the other side was not. So I come to realize that, well, I guess the caliper is probably fucked up. So, but then also these cars, or just any car in general, when you have stuff like that happen, sometimes the brake hoses themselves can start to fail. So what I did was, literally, this car is getting 4 new brake calipers. It's got 4 new it's got brand new rotors all the way around. It's got brand new pads all the way around. It's got 4 new rotors, 4 new calipers all the way around. The rear calipers are the same. I'll show part numbers for those. And I replaced both brake hoses for the rear, just in case. The calipers were not, but maybe $40 a piece for the rear. The front two were about $70 to $80 a piece, plus a core charge. So it was about 200 and something for both front calipers. And they come with brackets. I didn't know that. I didn't pay attention to that, but they come with new brackets, new calipers, new banjo bolts, which is these right here. It's a bolt that's got a hole in the center of it and a hole on the outside so the brake fluid can pass through it. Comes with new copper washers. The rear did not come with new banjo bolts, but it came with washers and all that stuff. And it came with like 4 copper washers for both sides, and you only need 2. I don't really know what that's all about, but whatever. Same thing with the front. I didn't know that these actually came with new banjo bolts, which I'm glad it did. But I replaced the fronts because I went to bleed the brakes last night with my fiance helping me, and the rears I got done. No big deal. Everything went smoothly because they're brand new. But I went to crack the bleeders open on the front, and the bleeder screws broke on both of them. So I just went to Advanced, and I'll go ahead and say this. The rear 2 calipers and the brake hoses I bought from Rock Auto. The front 2 calipers and all that I bought from Advanced Auto Parts, because they're the only people that had this stuff in stock ready to give to me. Other people would have one, not the other. So I didn't want to do none of that. I didn't want to wait. And I also found some good things out, which I'm not going to spoil it in this video, but there will be a teaser, which if you can catch it, you'll know. But anyway, went this morning, woke up, ordered the parts so they'd be ready. They were ready within 30 minutes, but I went and got them about an hour ago. I've already put the passenger side on. I didn't replace the hoses on the front. I probably should have, just because I did the rear, but it's not really a big deal. I ain't really had any problems with the fronts. The fronts are fine. It was just that one that gave me problems, but that's taken care of. So I also replaced the idle air control valve, which did fix a problem, an idle problem, but I don't know how the car drives. I haven't went and driven it yet because the brakes are really spongy because they've got air in them. We were starting to fix them yesterday. They were getting better after we did the rears and bled them, but because the bleeder screws broke on both front brake calipers, I don't have anything here to drill them out. All that stuff's at work, and I'm impatient, and I'm tired of this car sitting. So I just went ahead and bought new calipers, just because I want there to be no issues with the braking system whatsoever. I have brake fluid and all that. I have it over there just in case you want to see what I use. And those are the calipers for the rear, and then those are the rear hoses on the top, and then those are the 2 front calipers. And I'll get into all that in a minute. And I'll show the idle air control valve also, which I've already replaced it, but I'll still show it. I have it in the box so you can see what it looks like, and I'll show you where it is. But anyway, this video is probably going to be titled like "Found More Issues" or something like that. I'm not really going to put anything as far as the brakes in the title just because this is a lot of things, not just the brakes. But the actual driver's side caliper, front caliper, is actually a remanufactured Ford part because it says Fomoco on it, so that's good. The other one is a CarQuest, and you can tell it's brand new. It's silver. Like, it's brand spanking new. As you can see, nice and pretty. Came with the bracket and all to match. Rotors are nice and shiny. And if you're wondering how I got the aluminum to look like that, look all nice and shiny, I used acid. So just be careful when you use acid, because if you put it somewhere where you don't want it, it will ruin it. Because acid will etch aluminum and it will not look very good. It will dull it. So that's why most of this stuff looks new. It's not new. That's why the strut looks new. It's definitely not new. All of this stuff has to be replaced. So regardless, like I said, I'm sure somebody may ask, why is it so bright? Why does this stuff look so new? That's why. And if they don't, I'm telling you anyway. But I'll go ahead and do the front stuff. That way we get that out of the way. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say it twice so that way nobody asks. These parts right here are for the rear brake hoses. They're not for the front. They're not for any other part of the car. These are the rear brake hoses. So there you go. There's those part numbers. These are from Rock Auto. So now that that's out of the way. Now, this is the right front. This is the left front. So driver side, passenger side. So these are the part numbers. You can see that they're only one digit off, so it's not hard to fuck it up. This is the remanufactured one. This is obviously apparently remanufactured also. But this one actually does say Fomoco on it. And I'll show you. Where is it? It's right there, I believe. See? Fomoco. But they both came with new hardware and banjo bolts. The CarQuest one actually came with brand new hardware already installed on it, so that's good. I don't think this one does have it installed. It does not, which that's not a big deal, but came with all the stuff I need to put the car back together, get the brakes ready to go. I can't do anything about bleeding it until my fiance gets home later tonight, so I'm stuck here for that. But she'll be a good riding car. She'll at least be able to stop. I know that for a fact. Oh, I forgot the idle air control valve. What am I doing? So this is the idle air control valve. It's called a bypass valve, but it's IAC. So I'll get it out. Show you what it looks like. If I'm able to. So that's what it looks like. There's the gasket. It's the old one. This is the old one. I kept it just to show you what it looks like. So it's located right here. There's a hose that goes from it to the intake, and there's two 8mm bolts on the top and the bottom, and then there's an electrical connector over there, and you just press the center of the top of it and pull it off. No big deal. Doesn't take but maybe 10 minutes at the most. Yeah, so that's all I got, I think, today. Like I said, there's a teaser in this video. If you can pay attention to it, then you'll know. But I won't say nothing about it until it gets done. But there you guys go. I'll see you in the next one.